You know, more and more people are coming out against this unrealistic expectation where you have some of these young women that say they want a guy making $100,000, or more as a, prerequisite of dating them. But let me go ahead and roll this clip because let's ride down this one more time.
When we talk about the younger generation of women saying, well, we want men who make six figures and we want this, because they listen to all that social media with
Right.
But I have millennials and younger that work for me, and we had these discussions. And one of the discussions I had when they was like, well, I want a man who makes six figures. They're like 25, 28 and things. And I said, okay. I said, pull up labor and statistics. I said, there are barely 18% of Americans. Now, mind you, it's like 400 million dollars, right? 18% of Americans that make six figures.
Yeah, that's hard to come by.
18%.
That's hard.
18% that make six figures. They was like, damn, that's it. But social media have you thinking 100% of black people make it.
Yes, and consistently.
Right, and then I said, okay, now take out how many of them are black people.
And how many are straight?
And then you're going to 6%, barely to 6% black people. I said, now take out how many of them are 25 to 35-year-old black men. Now you might have 0.02 of that, right? I said, so because the rest of them either my age or older and married or divorced or older, period. I said, so now instead of you finding someone your age that is financially fiscally responsible, okay, and y'all can grow together to the six figures, you looking for one that's gonna come out the sky. So that's your percentage of athletes in there, and that's six figures. That's your percentage of black men who went to college for certain things and starting off the jump. So you got to find one who's financially responsible, mentally responsible, spiritually responsible, and y'all grow together. Because the chances of you balling out with a six-figure dude your age, 25 to 35, is very rare.
Very rare.
White women around here trying to find a bunch of them. Okay, so I'm like, it's 18%. That include old people.
Yeah.
More young women need to hear that, what you just said, because like I think they have an
unrealistic
view of what
and they put so many unrealistic expectations on themselves too, because they thinking they need to be further than they are. I'm like, you 25 and you got a degree and you working. What this
it's
social media make them think they're supposed to be more.
Now in the previous video we kind of talked about this, and she's right. 18% of Americans make $100,000 or more a year. And she's right. Only 6% of Americans, black Americans, make $100,000 or more a year. And you talking about you want a guy your age, especially if you're young, your age. The only way you're going to get, if you're a black woman and want a black man, you're going to have to get an older black man, because that's what the men who make the most money is when they're older and they're like their 40s and their 50s and things like that, right? So you would have to be okay with dating a 40-year-old, 40-plus-year-old, maybe at minimum a 35-year-old. That's number one. Number two, those particular men, say the black community, they are very sought out. So you aren't the only women looking for them as black women. You got Hispanic women looking for those men, white women trying to get at those men, Asian women trying to get at those men. You got women of all communities coming at that particular man, and this man knows at that level he has the pick of the litter. Y'all don't want to get with a guy, as the sister said, that has some financial responsibility and build with that dude, and y'all get up to the $100,000 a year, the $250,000, $500,000, $1 million a year. You don't want to build for that. You want the guy from the jump to meet you being 24, 25, making $100,000 a year, which puts you about $8,300 a month. Most Americans don't make $8,300 a month. They don't. If most Americans were making that, people wouldn't be complaining about food and inflation and all that, because they'd be paying that, and let's call it what it is. Even if you make $100,000, really in America, the way it's going right now, $100,000 is just about the middle class now. How high things are. They got people that make $100,000 a year and still can't even buy a house. That's how bad it is in America right now. So y'all have to get off of it. This is the thing I noticed about this generation with some of these millennials and Gen Zs. Y'all don't really want to put in the time to build anything. Y'all had that microwave mentality. Like y'all want it in 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Y'all don't want to put in the work, the years, the building of a relationship or the building of the business or a career. Y'all want it right now. You get out of school, you want a job that's paying you $90,000 because you got this degree. You're not trying to start at the bottom. and work your way up. And I will say, just even as a parent, the millennials and Gen Zs that think like that, I'm not saying all do, but those of you who do think like that, y'all gonna have a hard life. And that's why you can't leave your parents' house. We understood that, hey, we got to get it from the mud. We got to build this thing up. Like me, I had to build everything from the bottom. I started my platform, my company in the bathroom of my apartment. And I started doing my content in front of a shower curtain. And it took time for me to build that till I got like on my main channel, my news channel, at least, hosting my news channel. We got 1.6 million subscribers on our news channel. We got 400,000 or so here, a couple of platforms, which it is what it is, but it took time. Or for us to have our own app that we have, the African Diaspora News Channel app, which we do put all the entertainment videos from this page and videos that we deleted. We're about to bring that out the vault, and I've been meaning to tell y'all about that. Y'all need to start downloading the African Diaspora News Channel app and get a membership on the app, because everybody asked me about the Ratchet Video weekly videos. Everybody asked me about the disrespectful comment videos I used to do. I'm about to start putting all that on that app in the entertainment tab. All that's about to start coming out the vault. So download the app if you want to see all the stuff that's going to be coming out the vault. I have all that on my trusty hard drive right now. And I was looking at some of that stuff today. I was like, oh, man, that was a hot minute. But people still ask me about that content. So y'all don't want to build anything. Y'all don't listen, relationships take time. Building a company or career takes time. It takes time. Trust me. The way I've done things, more so if you know the story of the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise, he was, slow, but he was steady. The hare, he's much faster than the tortoise, but he would run so fast and he get burnt out. Versus the tortoise, him being slow and steady, he ended up winning the race. I always tell people just how it's went for me. I've always been the tortoise. You know how many content creators and different people I've seen over the years has been the hare, big views, all this popularity, and they not nowhere to be found. Now, well over a decade later, I'm still here. Why? Because I was the tortoise. It's better to be the tortoise, not the hare, even in your relationships. You need to build something. It's going to take time. You can get to the six figures. You can get there. But you're going to have to work at it a little bit. I wasn't at a certain level financially when I first started this. Now I'm doing okay to the point that I have a payroll every month. And my payroll is, a significant amount. But it took time for me to get there. I didn't get in the first year, second year. It took time. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is just be patient. Because if you want this $100,000 man, you're not going to get him. And if you think you're going to get him, yeah, sure, he'll tell you how much he makes. And he'll do that with you. And then he'll send you on your way. Because he know what you wanted. See, when you tell a man you want certain amounts of money, yeah, he going to tell you that just to get something from you. And then he going to move around. He not going to marry you. Like the worst thing you could do is tell a man you want a man with make a certain amount of money. That's the worst thing you could do. Like most men look at that as a woman being a gold digger. So please, in 2024, can y'all stop with that? I want a man making $100,000 a year crap, and only 18% of Americans make that, and only 6% of black men in particular make that. Because y'all are seriously losing out in relationships behind, as she said, and it's true, them doggone content creators. Them hypergamy content creators. Like I said, I will say this and I said it again. Them hypergamy content creators has been the worst thing ever to young black women.